Welcome back everyone. Today in this video, I'll be taking you through the process of creating a repository, branching in repository, committing or making changes in the file, and how to make a pull request and how to merge the pull request. These all are some of the GitHub basics that you must know in order to start it with. Okay, and I would like to make it very clear that this is the same Hello World guide which GitHub provides you when you finally makes your account. So let's get started. First of all, you need to open your browser. I'll be going on Safari, and then you have to open your account, GitHub. So this is my account and I'll be creating a new repository at first. So for creating a new repository, you have to just go over to the top right corner over here. Here you can see your avatar, or you can say the icon that you have chosen for yourself, and here is a plus button. You have to just click this and you'll find the option of new repository. You have to click this new repository button. Now here it comes. First of all, you have to write the repository name. So I'm just creating a sample, so I'll be writing a sample. And description, what should be the description of it? So this is a sample repository, just to make some changes and explain the process. That's it. Let's jump to the other thing, that is, what do you want to make it as? Should it be public or private? The very first thing you can notice is public. Anyone on the internet can see this repository, and you choose who can commit. So public, if you don't want these files to be read by someone else, then you have to make it private, but I'll just make it public. Now initialize this repository with, so this step can be skipped, okay, but in order to explain you the things, and as given in that Hello World guide of GitHub, it's given that you should make add a readme file. In the add a readme file, there would be some of the basic details of this repository, what it contains, what it has, who can do what, and everything else. So I'll just add this readme file. If you wish, you can just skip it also, and then I'll press the create a repository button. So here I go. Now my repository is being created. This is the new page I'm into. Now let me make it sure what branching is. So in my own words, branching is a kind of temporary workspace wherein you work and make changes which finally merge with the main or master branch. Initially, when this repository is created, it is having one main branch that you can see over here. In the drop down menu, I'll find one main branch is there, and it is default. But if you're creating some more branches in there, you're creating some of the new workspaces. Some of the new workspaces that are temporary in nature that will be created. You can add, edit, delete, or do anything to the files. You can add some file, you can delete some file, you can do some of the changes in that temporary branch, and finally you can merge that branch to this main one. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is your main branch and this is your final branch. Okay, this is the main only, but what you do, you create some of the smaller branches in between, and you commit means you make some changes in it, and you finally make it merge to the main branch again, or the master branch. So this is what branching is. Now as we're clear with what branching is, now let me help you create a new branch. So I'll create a temporary workspace for myself, and for that I have to just open this repository. This repository is open, and if it is not, then you can just go to home. Suppose I'm at my home, okay, and this is the repository sample that I created just now. So I'll click it. Now I am into the repository, and now I want to make a new branch. So what I will do, I'll just click here, the drop down will appear, and I will write the name of the new branch. It will be temporary for me. So this is the name of my new branch, and what I will do in here, I have to create it. So I cannot find this branch existing in this repository, so they are giving me an option to create branch temporary from main. So I'll just click this. Now it is going to create a branch. Now as you can see, this drop down menu has changed from main to temporary. It means now I am in the temporary branch that I created just now. So I'll do some changes in the readme file that they're providing in the temporary branch. This branch shows in which branch you are currently in, and I would be making changes in my temporary branch only. See, here it has given branch created. So now I'll be making changes in the temporary branch, and this here you can see how many branches are there in this repository currently. Now let me make some changes. For making changes into the file, I have only one file, that readme.md, and if I want to add some file, I can easily add from this option, add a file. So I don't want to add a file, so what I will do, I just want to make some edit in the readme.md file. I'll open it up, and it just contains two things: the sample, which is name of the repository, and some explanation of what it is. So I'll do some changes. In order to do some changes in this file, I have to just click this pencil icon over here. I'll just press this, and then I'll be ready to make some changes. Now here is my file, and I'll give some space, and then I will write, this is a sample repository that I have created in order to explain some of the basics of GitHub. It's done. And now what I have to do, I have to commit this. Commit means you are changing something. Changing something means committing. So I'll just write adding details. What did I do? I added some details in there. Adding details, and to an extended description. When you're making a big project like something very big, then you need to add very minute details also in that. So it is meant for that only. But I'm not doing anything as such very big or great, so I have to just give a small explanation of what I'm actually doing. So it says adding details, and some description would be like, I added an additional line in the readme file. It's done, and I will just press the commit changes button in order to commit this change. So I'll just press commit changes. Now as you can see that we made some changes in the readme.md file, and it is being reflected over here. Now I will tell you how you can make a pull request of it. Now as we have done some work in the temporary branch, we need to merge it with the main one. So first of all, we need to make a pull request. For pull request, here is the option of pull request. We have to just click this. Now as we can see, GitHub is providing us the details that temporary branch had recently pushed some of the details, and we can make a pull request of it. So in order to make a new pull request, you have to just go to the new pull request, and you have to click this. In this window of the new pull request, you can find two branches mentioned over here. One is temporary and the other one is main. So you have to choose the one from which you want to make a pull request. So I was working in temporary branch, so I'll select the temporary branch, and then I'll move on forward. So here you can see the comparison. Now they will show you the comparison that was initially and the present one. So what I did, initially there was only this sample and this first line. I added two blank lines and one line which contains some additional details. Now what I will do, I will make a pull request. So I just have to click this button, create pull request. As you can see, by default, these messages or text that we have written while committing this file, that details are added in the same. So if you wish, while making a pull request, you can change these statements online. But I think the one I made in the committing one, I should keep the same. So I won't be changing these adding details and the brief description of it. So let's make a pull request now. I'll just have to click this button, create pull request. And now I can see that there is a pull request. Okay, here it is. I made a pull request and here it is. If I want to just merge this request, I can just click this merge pull request button and I can just merge it with the main one. So it is very simple. It all comes under the pull request section only. If you want to make a new request or if you want to merge a pull request, it can be done from here only. And while the process, you can leave a comment as well. I'll just merge this request, merge this branch with the main one without writing any comment. So I'll do the same. I'll just press merge pull request button. Okay, and then they will ask to add some details and all. So it's according to your wish, whatever you want to add. I don't want to add right now anything, so I'll just write confirm merge. Now the pull request successfully merged and closed. Now the temporary workspace that I had is finally merged with the main or master branch that was created initially when the repository was formed. Now what I can do, I can straight away delete this temporary branch. If I don't want any chaos or something like that in the future with this temporary branch, I can just delete this branch. And of course I will delete it, because if in another terms I want to make some other change, I'll create another branch for that. So it's very simple. I'll just delete it. I just pressed and see, it's done. And even after deleting, I can restore the branch if I wish, but I don't want to. Now let's get back to the repository. So this is my repository. It is having these details and it's all done. All the process are done, and I hope it would have helped you a bit. And moving on further, I would be also making a video on the GitHub desktop and how you can do these simple basic things of GitHub on VS Code as well. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.